Yo, welcome back. This is Navy Ranking Recognition Part 3. In Part 1, we covered enlisted rates E1 through E9. In Part 2, we covered warrant officers W1 through W5. And in this segment, Part 3, we'll be going over commissioned officer ranks O1 through O10. And just to give you a little context about commissioned naval officers, it is the officers that ultimately make up the leadership and management teams of the Navy. Okay, so in other words, it's the officers that are usually running the show in regards to different operations, different commands. Then you have your warrant officers that are sprinkled here and there, which again are highly skilled specialists in their particular field. And then beneath them you have enlisted rates, which also consist of various management and leadership roles that are assigned to what they call non-commissioned officers, or NCOs. That would be your petty officers and your chiefs and senior chiefs and whatnot. And then you have at the base your lower enlisted rates, which just perform routine duties and carry out the missions that are being organized and overseen by the various levels of management above them. Okay, so without any further ado, let's go over the Navy ranking recognition for commissioned officer ranks. So the first pay grade for commissioned officers will be O1. Okay, that's the letter O as an officer, TAC 1. And the rank title for an O1 is ensign. Now, you'll also hear the term ensign in reference to our national flag, and that can sometimes come off as confusing to other military personnel because they have different rank titles for an O1 in different branches of the military. But for whatever reason, an O1 in the Navy is referred to as an ensign, which again is the same word that we use in reference to the national flag. Personally, I like to utilize that bit of information as a memory aid. So when I think of an O1 in the Navy, I think of our national flag, which we refer to as ensign, because the rank title for an O1 is also ensign. And there you go. So an ensign or an O1 wears as a collar device 1 gold bar. And an O1 wears on the sleeve of their dress blue uniform 1 1/2-inch gold stripe. And that's it. If you remember the warrant officer sleeves with the gold stripes and the blue breaks and horizontal lines, that does not apply to commissioned officers. All right, we're done with the blue breaks and the horizontal lines. When you're talking commissioned officers, it's strictly gold stripes on the sleeve of their dress blue uniforms. So moving right along, the next pay grade after O1 will be O2. And the rank title for an O2 is Lieutenant Junior Grade. A Lieutenant Junior Grade wears as a collar device 1 silver bar instead of a gold bar this time. If y'all remember in Part 2 when we were going over warrant officer collar devices, I told y'all about that general rule of thumb that applies to warrant officers and commissioned officers, which is the saying that gold comes before silver. Okay, so this is another example of that, just this time in the commissioned officer ranks, because if you look at O1, the collar device for an O1 is 1 gold bar, whereas the collar device for an O2 will be 1 silver bar. Alright, so from O1 to O2, the collar device is pretty much the same, you just went from a gold bar to a silver bar. Now, an O2 or a Lieutenant Junior Grade wears on the sleeve of their dress blue uniform 1 1/2-inch gold stripe and 1 1/4-inch gold stripe. So they wear a 1/2-inch gold stripe just like the ensign, but for an O2, all we did was throw an additional 1/4-inch gold stripe right above that 1/2-inch gold stripe. And there you have it. An O2 wears on the sleeve of their dress blue uniform 1 1/2-inch gold stripe and 1 1/4-inch gold stripe. Also, some of you all may have noticed that I'm doing something different from what I did in the enlisted video. From the enlisted video, when I describe the sleeve of a dress blue uniform, I like to go from top to bottom so that I don't miss anything. However, with commissioned officer ranks, I find it easier to give a full description of the sleeve of their dress blue uniforms from the bottom to the top. I also noticed that for some reason they do that in the description in the training guide as well. But like I said in the first video, as long as you don't leave anything out in these descriptions, you should be fine. You shouldn't be penalized for that. But I would say just get in the habit of figuring out patterns and memory aids that work for you, because at the end of the day, that's really the name of the game. Just being able to successfully identify who's who based on ranking recognition, and being able to give a full description when asked, like, what does so-and-so wear on the sleeve of their dress blue uniform, blase blase. So now the next pay grade after O2 is O3, and the rank title for an O3 is Lieutenant. Now, an easy way that I remember this, and you can do this with the next few ranks as you'll see, but If an O2 is a lieutenant's junior grade, then to advance from O2 to O3 would make you a lieutenant without the junior grade. So for O3, it's just lieutenant, and you just drop the junior grade. That's how I remembered it. Now, an O3 or lieutenant wears as a collar device 2 silver bars. Okay, so a lieutenant junior grade has 1 silver bar, while a lieutenant has 2 silver bars. Okay, and an O3 or a lieutenant wears on the sleeve of their just blue uniform 2 half-inch gold stripes. Okay, and the way that I remember that, if we go back to O1 real quick, the ensign, if O1 starts with a half-inch gold stripe, then O2 has a half-inch gold stripe plus a quarter-inch gold stripe. O3 has a half-inch gold stripe plus a quarter-inch plus another quarter-inch, which would be a second half-inch. So that's the way that I look at it. You kind of like accumulating quarter inches as you advance from O1 to O3. I don't know, if that sounds too confusing, then maybe you could just remember it like O1 half-inch gold stripe, O2 half-inch gold stripe with a quarter-inch gold stripe, and O3 is 2 half-inch gold stripes. We're just accumulating quarter inches on this sleeve, getting it a little more decked out as we go along. So that's the best way I could describe it, sorry. But moving right along, the next pay grade after O3 is O4, and the rank title for an O4 is Lieutenant Commander. So looking at the order of these ranks so far, you got O1, which is ensign, O2, which is lieutenant junior grade, O3, which is lieutenant without the junior grade, and O4, which is lieutenant commander, which again is still lieutenant, but now it's gained the suffix commander. Okay, I hope y'all still with me. Now, a lieutenant commander wears as a collar device 1 gold oak leaf. Okay, and we're dealing with another gold collar device again, so you could probably already imagine what the collar device for the next pay grade is going to look like. But staying on O4 for now, the collar device for an O4 or a lieutenant commander is 1 gold oak leaf, and a lieutenant commander wears on the sleeve of their dress blue uniform 2 half-inch gold stripes and 1 quarter-inch gold stripe. Again, they just gained another quarter-inch gold stripe on the sleeve of their dress blue uniform, and this time we put it in the center of the 2 half-inch gold stripes. And this particular sleeve stands out to me because the quarter-inch gold stripe is sandwiched between 2 half-inch gold stripes. So if you can use that as a memory aid, you know that an O4 or a lieutenant commander has that quarter-inch sandwich, as I call it, on the sleeve of their dress blue uniform, which is 2 half-inch gold stripes with that quarter-inch gold stripe in the center. Oh, and look, do not go to boot camp talking about some quarter-inch sandwiches, alright? I just had to throw that disclaimer out there. Quarter-inch sandwich is not a proper description. They gonna know you've been listening to Red Pill Sailor, and your RDC's probably gonna tell you to go hydrate. Alright, I'm just letting y'all know. That's a little urban translation for y'all. But the proper description would be 2 half-inch gold stripes and 1 quarter-inch gold stripe. Alright? Now, the next pay grade after O4 is O5. And the rank title for an O5 is Commander. And I want y'all to notice what just happened again. From O4, which is Lieutenant Commander, to O5, it just became Commander. We're just dropping that prefix Lieutenant, which leaves you with the rank title for an O5, which is just Commander. Okay, now a Commander or an O5 wears as a collar device 1 silver oak leaf. Remember, gold comes before silver. So if an O4 lieutenant commander wears as a collar device 1 gold oak leaf, then an O5 or a commander wears as a collar device 1 silver oak leaf. And a commander wears on the sleeve of their dress blue uniform 3 half-inch gold stripes. You can almost look at it like we just added another quarter-inch gold stripe to the quarter-inch gold stripe that was in the center of the sleeve of an O4 or a lieutenant commander's dress blue uniform, now making it just another half-inch gold stripe in the center. And when you put that all together, a commander or an O5 wears on the sleeve of their dress blue uniform 3 half-inch gold stripes. Alright, now moving right along, the next pay grade after O5 is O6. And the rank title for an O6 is Captain. A captain wears as a collar device 1 silver spread eagle. Alright, this is not to be confused with a perch eagle on the enlisted side. We're talking O6s which have the rank title Captain in the Navy. Okay, so once again, a captain or an O6 wears as a collar device 1 silver spread eagle. And a captain wears on the sleeve of their dress blue uniform 4 half-inch gold stripes, Alright, so captains are a little different. They should be easy to remember. We're not dealing with bars or oak leaves as a collar device. They have one silver spread eagle, which looks different from all of the other officer collar devices. And when it comes to the sleeve of their dress blue uniforms, they just skipped all that advancing in quarter-inch gold stripes like the ranks below them, and they just jumped to adding a whole nother half-inch gold stripe on the sleeve of their dress blue uniform. So a captain wears on the sleeve of their dress blue uniform 4 half-inch gold stripes. Okay, now after the pay grade 06, each of the pay grades above 06 are our admiral ranks, or what we call flag officers in the Navy. In short, these are the senior officers or the highest ranking officers in the Navy. Okay, so after captain or 06, the next pay grade is 07. And the rank title for an 07 is Rear Admiral Lower Half. An 07 or Rear Admiral Lower Half wears as a collar device 1 silver star. Flag officer collar devices should be real easy. You can catch on to this pattern real quick. So again, an 07 or Rear Admiral Lower Half wears as a collar device 1 silver star. And an 07 wears on the sleeve of their dress blue uniform 1 2-inch gold stripe. So for flag officers, instead of a half-inch, you start off with 1 2-inch gold stripe. That's a real thick gold stripe. You can't miss it. Also, since we're covering flag officers, I would like to take this time to direct your attention to the shoulder boards of all the flag officers, because see, with 01 through 06, the shoulder boards are pretty much the same as the sleeve of the dress blue uniform, just opposed to the shoulder boards of a flag officer, which will be gold with an anchor and different variations of stars. But the main reason I'm bringing this up is to say that if you ever see an officer with gold shoulder boards, you already know off top from a distance that this is a flag officer, because every other officer for the most part what's on their shoulder boards is gonna match exactly what's on the sleeve of their dress blue uniform. So I just want to point that out. If you ever see gold shoulder boards on an officer, you already know off top that's gonna be some flag officer rank. Okay, now the next pay grade after 07 or Rear Admiral Lower Half is 08, and the rank title for an 08 is Rear Admiral Upper Half. So when we talking flag officers, it starts with 07, Rear Admiral Lower Half, and one pay grade up or above a Rear Admiral Lower Half is Rear Admiral Upper Half. Okay, that's an easy way to remember it. An 08 or Rear Admiral Upper Half wears as a collar device 2 silver stars. So an 07 is a lower half with 1 star, and an 08 is an upper half with 2 stars. Okay, and an 08 or Rear Admiral Upper Half wears on the sleeve of their dress blue uniform 1 2-inch gold stripe and 1 half-inch gold stripe. Okay, so just like with an 07, you're gonna notice that real thick 2-inch gold stripe off top, and above that you have 1 additional half-inch gold stripe. Now the next pay grade above 08 is 09, and the rank title for an 09 is Vice Admiral. A Vice Admiral wears as a collar device 3 silver stars, and an 09 or a Vice Admiral wears on the sleeve of their dress blue uniform 1 2-inch gold stripe and 2 half-inch gold stripes. Okay, did y'all notice the pattern with these admiral ranks? They all start with that 2-inch gold stripe, and as you advance from 07 and up, you just add 1 half-inch gold stripe. Okay, now the next pay grade after 09, and this is the highest officer rank in the Navy, is 010, and the rank title for an 010 is Admiral. So just like you may be familiar with the terms Vice President, and above a Vice President you would have President, we have the rank title Vice Admiral, and above that pay grade would be the rank title Admiral. Now an Admiral or an 010 wears as a collar device 4 silver stars. Again, you should have noticed a pattern by now. From 07 to 010, you're just accumulating stars from 1 silver star to 4 silver stars. And an Admiral wears on the sleeve of their dress blue uniform 1 2-inch gold stripe and 3 half-inch gold stripes. So again, all we did was just add yet another half-inch gold stripe above that 2-inch gold stripe, which altogether makes it 1 2-inch gold stripe and 3 half-inch gold stripes. So that's all I have listed on the diagram on this screen, as well as the diagram in my training guide. But I also want to make mention of the 5-star rank in the Navy, and it's reserved for wartime only. This pay grade will be considered O11, and the rank title for an O11 is Fleet Admiral. And since this was not included in the diagram that I used for this video or the diagram in my training guide, I'm sharing this information from the Department of Defense website, and you can also find it in the rank and reference app that I mentioned in the previous video when we covered Warrant Officer 1, which is also missing from the diagrams that I used in these videos. I'll post some links in the description for more information, but a Fleet Admiral or an O11 wears as a collar device 5 silver stars. Okay, and this is going to be 5 silver stars forming a circle. All right, and a Fleet Admiral or an O11 wears on a sleeve of their dress blue uniform 1 2-inch gold stripe and 4 half-inch gold stripes. All right, with the collar devices, we just added another silver star, and with the sleeve of the dress blue uniform, we just added another half-inch gold stripe. And that's it. So that concludes my ranking recognition series. I hope it helps you all, and I hope you continue to study your start guide before you ship off to basic training. I welcome y'all to revisit these videos as much as you need to, and with time and practice, you'll eventually connect the dots and make some improvements. As always, let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit me up on social media if you got any further questions or concerns, and I'll holler at y'all in the next video. Peace.